Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, we could learn the fate of the old Asarco site as soon as today. UT Regents are here in El Paso discussing purchasing the 450 acres for a possible campus expansion.
A shooting last week left an El Paso teen dead, and now we're getting a clearer picture of what happened that night, why it might not have been a drive-by shooting as originally thought. Also,
to everyone who voted, I want you to know that I hear you. To the 2/3 of voters who chose not to participate in the process yesterday, I hear you too.
With the 2014 midterm elections behind them, lawmakers now returning to work with a very different looking Congress. The latest on the election fallout.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning, everyone. Could we see the future of UTEP's growth sitting right here on the former site of Asarco?
we could find out as soon as today. UT Regents are now in El Paso and are expected to discuss purchasing the land.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Hillary Floren.
And I'm Stephanie Valle. It is 6:01, and before we get to that story, we could be in store for some rain this morning. Let's check in with Storm Track meteorologist Crystal Clyde on this chilly start to the day.
Yeah, good morning. The rain definitely looking like a more consistency in the forecast. That rain actually expanding now over Hudspeth County as it tracks to the west. In fact, it's looking like almost a guarantee you're going to see some rain this morning around parts of El Paso County. I'd bumped the chance of rain up to 50%, but at this point, especially in far east El Paso County, it's looking like about 100% chance that you're going to see some rain here in the next hour or so. So do expect you want the umbrella in hand as you head out the door. This rain is continuing to steadily move along to the west, and at this point, it's so well defined that I don't think it'll be able to break apart enough for us to not see any in El Paso County. Also notice we've got a few stronger storm cells, the yellow and orange you see starting to build in the open area of Hudspeth County as it moves to the west. We'll have to keep an eye on those areas that will have some heavier rain moving through. Here's your temperatures this morning. 51 in El Paso. That will likely drop as the rain moves in. Winds at 9 miles per hour. Las Cruces, you're at 47. Winds at 3 miles per hour. Also some scattered storms likely over Las Cruces a little later this morning. So again, grab the jacket, grab the umbrella. We'll continue tracking the rain up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Crystal.
And developing now, the UT Board of Regents could vote on whether to buy the former Asarco site and expand the UTEP campus.
And Regents are scheduled to discuss a possible purchase of the 450-acre site this morning. An announcement could actually come as soon as this afternoon. We have Good Morning El Paso's Andrew J. Polk live right now with details. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Hillary and Stephanie. We're here on the west side of UTEP's campus, and just to the west of us is that former Asarco smelter site, and that could be UTEP's best chance for getting out of being landlocked and expand campus. It was an explosive day in April of 2013 when the Asarco smokestacks came down, and the site could now shape the future of UTEP. The land is accessible from Interstate 10 and will connect to the new Spur 1966 that goes onto UTEP's campus once that is completed. This is the first time Regents have met at UTEP since 2008. We asked Board Vice Chairman Paul Foster how much the land would cost and whether he thinks the board favors the purchase, but for now he says he can't discuss the details.
I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for UTEP, and it's something that I am supportive of them pursuing, but I can't get into any of the details.
But so the Regents may have to act fast. UTEP isn't the only people interested in buying that piece of land. Mountain Star Sports Group, which owns the El Paso Chihuahuas, toured the site last month, and they're interested in bringing a Major League Soccer team to El Paso and looking for potential stadium sites. So that might be something interesting that could also happen with that land if the Regents don't take action today. So for now, reporting live on the UTEP campus, Andrew J. Polk, ABC 7.
Additional charges are pending this morning for a Socorro man accused of child abuse. We learned just last night the baby involved in this case has died. 21-year-old Arturo Montes Jr. is charged with injury to a child by omission after he took his 7-month-old stepson to the hospital because the child wasn't breathing. According to the complaint affidavit obtained by the ABC7i team, Montes allegedly first told authorities that the infant stopped breathing shortly after he had bathed him. But that story changed when Montes said he had actually left the child in a baby bathtub with the water running. He allegedly then took the child and put him face down in the crib so he could cough up the water, and then gave him a bottle and laid him down on his back. Court documents state Montes waited about an hour before calling 911. He's now being charged or being held under a $50,000 bond.
And new information this morning on a deadly shooting that left an 18-year-old dead. Our ABC7i team got a hold of the complaint affidavit. It says a large crowd witnessed the suspect open fire on 18-year-old Aaron Ochoa. Witnesses say he was shot multiple times, even as he was already on the ground. We have video from the scene just after it happened last Thursday near Stanton and Rio Grande. First thought to be a drive-by shooting, now El Paso police say witnesses saw 19-year-old Miguel Bigovita and 17-year-old Gustavo Valencia shoot Ochoa in a parking lot. The affidavit states witnesses say the two jumped in a getaway car driven by 18-year-old Armando Torres.
The anonymous movement is making their voice heard in El Paso. Members held a rally outside the county courthouse yesterday. They say their goal is to shed light on government corruption in order to free people from oppression.
We are here in El Paso, Texas to preach freedom and love. That's all we care about is freedom and love.
Now you're talking about justice. Justice for who?
Justice for everyone, the people, everyone.
The balance is not fair like it should be. There should be fairness and equality. One of the meanings of the mask is behind our mask there's a lot of other colors of skin, different races, different wages that we're all getting paid. But we all come together because we sense something's wrong with our government and the system totally. All of it together.
The members were protesting everything from government corruption to war and income equality. The El Paso protest was more peaceful than the one in Colorado, though. 10 people were arrested last night for vandalism at the Colorado State Capitol in Denver. Police say the protesters spray-painted graffiti on the building, causing damage into the thousands of dollars. And masked protesters also gathered in Ferguson, Missouri last night. The march was aimed at drawing attention to the Michael Brown shooting this past August. The Million Mask March is inspired by Guy Fawkes, who tried to blow up the British Parliament building on November 5th, 1605.
A mother is now taking action after she says her son's school is not doing enough to help with his breathing problems. To a story now you'll see only on ABC7. Lucas was a fourth grader at Edgar Park Elementary School in Northeast El Paso, but recently withdrew because of his condition. His mother tells us on multiple occasions he suffered breathing problems at school and suspects mold in the building to be the cause. The school had a third party conduct an air quality inspection and found absolutely no mold. They did replace a tile in the hallway where the roof was leaking. Melody feels that was not enough to accommodate her son's needs.
I don't want them to suffer like my child has suffered. And I want everybody, not just in El Paso, but statewide, they need to know and they need to fight for their child's rights for clean air.
EPISD says the independent testing is commissioned and it found that air quality was well within acceptable levels there. But Dunn wants more action. She's begun a petition now seeking a mandate to improve air quality in schools.
At 6:08, it's time to take a look at the traffic cameras looking over at Loop 375 and North Loop in East El Paso. You can see that the traffic is starting to pick up this morning, but no problems to report. Loop 375 north of Montana. Again, you can see the traffic is starting to build up, but we're keeping an eye on things and haven't seen any problems at this time. Just be careful out there.
All right, well, no more rumors. It's now official. A Whole Foods is coming to the Sun City, what it means for the Sun City, and why some East Siders and people in the Northeast are up in arms about it. Also,
last night I ate all your candy.
Why?
Because it was good.
You ruined my life!
Jimmy Kimmel asked America to hide their kids' candy, and the outcome was hilarious. For everyone else except the kids, of course. What Kimmel had to tell parents who say the prank is too mean for kids.
I agree. I think it's mean, but I still laugh when I see the video. Is that bad? Can you do both sides?
I don't know. You can feel conflicted about these things.
I would never do it. Crystal, you would never do that to your child, would you?
Well, it's pretty funny.
You're terrible.
So I'll say no comment. Okay. All right, we're talking about your forecast, though. I will comment on that. Your chances of rain, they just keep going up this morning. We'll look at the updated rain chances as that rain starts to move into El Paso County. We're tracking it after your break.
This is ABC7, where news comes first.